Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so today we are going to be watching episode 208 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The name of the episode is The Dark Age. So I have a feeling, and I could totally be wrong, that this episode is kind of going to be focused on like flashbacks and potentially getting to know one of the characters. And my heart says Angel, but I have a feeling it could be like Spike or even Giles. Also, like a quick side note is that I think you guys know how much I've been struggling to watch this so slowly. So I found sort of a solution, which I attempted yesterday, which is that I watched the first episode of How I Met Your Mother because I thought that like seeing Allison and something else would sort of ease the pain of going through Buffy so slowly. It's so weird to see her at such a different point in her life. She looks so much older and I'm like, my brain like can't process all this information right now. And then now it's gonna be even weirder to see her going back to being like a young adult. Okay, so we should dive right into the episode and we should see what this is all about. Oh, I love it when they start right in the action. Okay, who's Buffy gonna freaking kill this time?
Rupert Giles, I need to see him.
Mr. Giles.
Is there gonna be a flashback episode about Giles? Are we already gonna find out about what we learned a little bit in Halloween episode? Is this what's gonna happen? Oh god, I thought it was Buffy. That's not Buffy. Is she a zombie? Because that straight up looks like a zombie. That doesn't look like a vampire. I can't believe Buffy is the kind of person who works out at night. I have lost so much respect for you right now, Buffy. Okay, her outfit is just so creepy. Like, who was she? Did she just straight up turn into Jello? That bitch literally just disintegrated into Jello. I don't know what just happened right now. But okay, I'm gonna stick with my suspicion that this episode is kind of going to be about finding out about Giles' past. I don't know if we're gonna see actual flashbacks, but I think it's gonna be discussed about his past. Also, that was not a vampire based on the way that she disintegrated. So was she really a zombie? Are they gonna do zombies? I didn't think this show was gonna go into zombie area, but I don't know what else she could be. But I guess it could be like a different creature that we have not met yet. Are those Buffy's like dreams? Oh, Giles has dreams too? We didn't know about that. Did we know about that? I didn't know about that.
It's the first edition.
She's kidding,
I'm
right?
lying, Rupert. The book's fine.
I love
I just
her.
love to see you squirm.
She's too good, guys. She flirts so much. Oh my god. It's gonna happen. No, yes, go. It's a win. I'm literally deceased at how like she says what she wants to say to his face and I fucking love that.
No.
Oh, he definitely does. I knew he was gonna lie. Oh, Giles. I hope that he like actually brings them the squad because if he's the kind of guy who's like, no, I'm gonna do this alone kind of thing, it's not gonna end well. Oh my god, it's so funny when people literally pick her up because she's so tiny. Their relationship right now, I'm still so confused about them. They kiss, they don't talk about it. Like, oh, is somebody coming from for him? Are people killing everyone around him? And he's next. How many watchers are there? Like, are there more watchers? Could all the watchers? Are they trying to kill all the watchers or something? Oh fuck. Okay. Yep, everyone's dying. Better find that Ethan boy.
You know, computers are on the way out. I think paper's gonna make a big comeback.
And the abacus.
Yeah, you know, you
This
don't see
is
enough
so
advertising.
funny to see how it relates to nowadays where computers are everything, especially like mid-pandemic.
All right, guys, the
Like,
first thing we're gonna do is...
how would we be doing everything without
Huh?
computers
Did I
right
fall
now?
asleep on it?
Oh!
I love Buffy. Okay, who is trying to kill them? It's so sweet that Giles is so worried about Buffy that he would come, like, even though he's clearly going through it right now, he still wants Buffy to be safe. I mean, congrats, Xander, you tried it. Oh my god, Courtney!
Been having the dreams, I know. I have.
We both know what's coming.
What dreams? What is going on here?
Mood, Buffy, mood.
Giles.
Oh god, this is not gonna be good. Holy fuck. Did they knock out Willow? Oh, that was not Miss Calendar. Why are Cordelia and Xander like low-key hugging each other? Oh god. Oh, no, not her.
Ow.
It touched her. Is she gonna become a zombie or whatever that is? Please God, no. See, it's so sweet to see them like together in this way, but I'm worried about both of them, so that's not good. Oh god, her eyes. It's gonna be her eyes. Isn't it? No, don't show me your eyes. Don't. Fuck. They're so cute walking together. She's like rubbing his back.
But
Please tell me she's gonna tell Cordy to
sounds
do
like
something.
Giles and his
What's
fight.
Cordy gonna
I feel
do?
pretty good about
Cordy, what are you gonna do?
What about me? I care about Giles.
Oh,
I work with
yes!
Xander.
Give her something.
Well, when I say
No, don't
care,
work with
I'm
Xander.
Cordelia.
It's what happens when two people get involved.
What was that?
What was what?
Oh, she's already kind of possessed. I thought she was gonna like suddenly switch. Oh no. Miss Calendar, if you hurt Giles, I'm gonna be so hurt in my heart right now.
Now really isn't the right time.
I hope their first time isn't ruined by this. No, she needs to be like her. Giles, make it stop.
You cry at every funeral.
Oh
You
my god.
never had the strength for me. You don't deserve me.
That's so weird what she's doing with her head.
Under your skin.
Oh boy. Why is he not doing anything?
Oh, you never had this stomach. But that's okay. Because I'm about to rip it out.
Oh my god. Don't do that. Yes, Buffy. I never would have thought that I wanted her to kick Miss Calendar, but I do, because that's not her. Bam!
Because I created it.
Did
You
find
did what,
anything?
sir?
The most.
Then it's going after Ethan. Better beat it there.
We'd better.
Don't leave Giles alone.
Giles, you're.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, Giles. Like, it's fine. Like, it happens, kind of. We've all once, let some demons out loose, It's all good. It's all Gucci.
Oh no, please.
I'm still scared of Ethan.
Ladies.
Rightfully so.
I've got the solution right here. To kill a demon, cut off its head.
Oh, yeah. We'll find
But
Miss
it's
Calendar,
Miss
then we'll
Calendar.
decapitate her. Hey, she'll be the first headless computer teacher in school. You think anybody will notice?
Do you know what you need?
That's it. 12 years of you, and I'm snapping. I don't care if you're a girl or not, I'm throwing down. Come on,
I've seen you fight. And don't think I can't take you.
give it your best shot.
Hey! We don't have time for this.
I love when
We're in
Willow
trouble.
steps up.
We have
Yes.
to put. And if you two aren't with me 110%, then get the hell out of my library.
I love when Willow's in charge. She always,
We'll be good.
when people are getting off track, Willow's always the one who's like, let's get the fuck back on track and do what we have to
Now
do.
we've.
Oh god, Giles. Don't pass out, Giles. We don't do passing out in this house, Giles. What are you doing? Oh god. Oh goodness. Miss Calendar, I never thought I'd be scared of you. Oh no. No.
I've been waiting a long time to do this.
The voice is killing me. Of course, Angel. What's the plan, Willow? What's the freaking plan? Oh, it's going into Angel? Willow's a fucking genius. That's all I have to say. Oh, they're holding each other again.
Yeah.
Aww.
Sometime.
There's a step backwards in their
Good, I get to
relationship.
class.
I have just the perfect music. Go on, say it. You know you want to.
It's not music, it's just meaningless sounds.
There. Feel better?
Yes, thanks.
I like seeing their relationship grow and evolve
Basic
and
awareness. That's music.
become more
I didn't
important.
hear that.
Okay, so overall, I think my opinions on this episode are all really good. And I think I can definitely see why people prefer season 2 to season 1, because things really are getting more interesting. And that's not to say season 1's not good, it's great. But this season, man, they have some really, really, really good episodes. Because this episode was so interesting because we got to see like the complete opposite of everything we have seen until now. And I expected us to see this different side of Giles, and I'm not gonna lie, I expected that when we would see this different side of Giles, it would be even more extreme, and that they would learn things that would like profoundly like shock them or something. And I mean, that did shock them though, and it was good because I think the most important part was that it humanized Giles. Because I think in a way, you know, the viewers and the squad kind of see Giles as perfect in a way, and like the boss and those kind of things. So it's interesting to see him like a change in position where he's no longer in charge, where he fucks up just like anybody else would. So I thought that was very interesting. It shows how much he's grown as a person and, you know, as a character, and how different he is like nowadays from what he used to be as a teenager and all those things. So I thought that was very interesting because it makes you understand Giles more, and it makes me more curious about his past, because I feel like there's still some stuff that they didn't really talk about. You know, I want to know more about the Ripper, like what's that about? So because the Ethan guy ran away, I again feel like he's gonna come back. I mean, that's pretty much a given. So I'm excited for him to come back. I'm excited to learn more about this side of Giles. But at the same time, this episode was really, really good because it was like, it got you into it without making you like hate Giles. Because if they did something a little bit too extreme, like I was talking about, I think they would run the risk of the audience kind of not liking Giles and having a hard time forgiving him, and Buffy as well. So it's interesting because I feel like they're dragging you into his story and getting you to learn about him, but slowly. So I'm excited for Ethan to come back. Honestly, when he left in the Halloween episode, it was like 2 episodes ago, right? Yeah, Halloween was 206 if I'm not mistaken. So I didn't think he was gonna be coming back this early. I honestly thought they were gonna like forget him for a while to increase the tension. So I'm glad he came back already because I was like really curious about that. It was the thing that I was actually more curious to see this entire season so far. Like it's the one that left me the most questions, I suppose. So it was good to see. And now I have a feeling like they're gonna forget Ethan for a while and he might come back. I'm gonna say end of season 2. I don't think he's gonna come back for a few episodes. I am like slightly heartbroken with Miss Calendar and Giles right now, because in the beginning of the episode I kind of had a feeling that them going through something like this was going to bring them closer, in the sense of knowing that they can count on each other and having, you know, just having the presence of each other to help them get through it, you know, because it was just adorable to see them like leaning on each other and going through things together. But in the end, unfortunately, it seems like Miss Calendar needs some time, which is completely understandable. Like she was just possessed by like a demon thingy. So, you know, I don't blame her for it. It's completely normal that she needs some time. And something that I really appreciate about this show is that whenever they put their characters through something big, they don't just forget it, you know, like how 201 was an entire episode just talking a little bit about Buffy's like trauma and PTSD from almost being, from being killed and, you know, coming back to life and all that. So I think it's interesting that they don't just make, whenever the demon is out, I think it's nice that they didn't just make her go back to normal like nothing happened. I think it's good that they show that the characters are affected by this, because anybody else would be. So it makes sense that she would be. So as much as it's heartbreaking to see her need some space and need some time off from the mystical and from Giles, it's completely understandable. I support Miss Calendar in this. It's going to hurt because I feel like she might be MIA for a few episodes while she's dealing with this, because she's clearly not in every episode of the season. They only bring her in once in a while, so I think that she's going to be gone for a little while. which is sad, but I know that she's only going to come back stronger, and I think her relationship with Giles and their bond is only going to ultimately increase because of that, even though she's very hurt right now. Giles thinks that she is like disappointed in him and blames him, but I don't think her problem is with Giles, and I could be reading this wrong, but in my opinion, her problem is a lot more with like the abstract of everything she had to go through. Like, I don't think she blames Giles. I think she knows, because, you know, she's Miss Calendar. She's probably done a lot of shit. You know, she seems like one of the most flawed characters. So she's like the complete opposite of Giles. So I think if there's one person who would understand Giles doing something fucked up as a teenager, it would be her. So I think Giles, he's just concerned, and so he thinks that this is about him. But I think it's about, you know, having a demon inside of her. Like, it's rough. So even though this was like actually a very sad episode for them, like as a couple, and it didn't really end on a great note and they went through a lot, there was still so much like development in their relationship, and we got to see them kiss, you know, we got to see them like kind of being cute together, and it's just, it makes me very happy because I've said this before, I still think that they're the cutest couple on the show so far. I am rooting so much for them, like so much. They are absolutely adorable, and I think they really bring out good sides of each other. Except like the demon, that's not great, but you know, we'll get through it. I thought it was brilliant to be able to see Willow in charge again, because okay, this episode I guess it was kind of similar to Halloween again, where Willow had to step up and figure out what to do. What I really like about Willow being in charge is that she's such like I'm gonna say like a passive character, but I don't mean this in a bad way. I just mean that she's the quietest person, and it seems like it's a little bit hard for her to express her opinions no matter how much she could be right or how intelligent she is. So I think it's interesting because Willow, whenever she has to, she steps up, and that is fucking amazing. You know, whenever she has to tell people something, whenever people need to hear it, she will start yelling and she will get the point across. So Willow, girl, like I want to see so much more of that, and I really think we will, because this is the second time we've seen it, you know, where she's just like, I'm gonna tell y'all some truth and like pay the fuck attention, and it's amazing. I love seeing her yell at people. That's like my favorite thing. She did that in Reptile Board where she told off Angel and Giles, and then she did that again in Halloween where she was like, I'm the bitch in charge, this is what we're gonna do kind of thing. So it's a really interesting side of her. And we didn't see Oz again. See, oh my god, I appreciate the storytelling. It's just as a viewer who's watching this so slowly, it breaks my heart because I just want to see all the things that I know it's leading up to, and I know this tension is amazing, and that's what makes me want to see it even more. But I honestly can't wait to see how her relationship with Oz is going to develop, because I'm really curious about that, and they hinted towards it a few times, so I know that he's gonna have to come back eventually. But I'm just excited for them to finally like meet, because they never spoke. And what if they don't get along? I mean, I think they will, but sometimes you think someone is good and then you talk to them and you're like, oh yeah, this is not, I don't vibe with this or whatever. It was just really nice to see that even if Giles is not in charge, they're still able to get through it. I think this was the first time where, you know, we saw, because sometimes we've seen Buffy like unconscious and we've seen her powerless, but I don't remember ever seeing Giles powerless. So it's interesting to see that they can still make it work even without him there. Of course we want him there, but I mean, like in a situation like this, it was nice to see that they could do their research and that they could find out what to do. That was just really nice to see them like become Giles and like incorporate him and all those things. I also really appreciate that the way that they're dealing with Giles's backstory is not through flashbacks, because in the beginning of the video I said that this was going to be like a flashback episode. I thought that we were going to see a lot of flashbacks, but honestly I dig this so much more of where like they're telling the story and you catch certain like glimpses of the story, but not through flashbacks, through people like telling. I think that's a lot more like entertaining and intriguing, so I'm very glad that they're sticking to that, because I remember Angel had some flashbacks, like actual flashbacks. There was like a whole flashback episode, and that was, I will not be commenting at this moment. But anyways, I'm glad that they chose to deal with his past in a way that was not flashbacks, because that gives you so much more room for interpretation, so much room for like mystery of not knowing exactly what's happening and what he's like omitting. Like, what do we not know? What has he not told us? Because there is a lot that Giles has not told us. I also really like how the evil people lately feel like they're not 100% evil. Like, they put her into Miss Calendar's body, and so you're like, you don't want them to kill the evil. And then in the last episode where they where it was like Buffy's friend, so they've been doing that a few times, and I think it's always more interesting when the character isn't just evil, when it has depth to it, when it has like, when you want to root for the good guys, you want to root for Buffy, but you're also like, I don't want Miss Calendar to die, so who am I going to cheer for right now, kind of thing. I can definitely see this season being more interconnected than the previous one, and that's not even about the big bad, because like I said, I actually thought the big bad in the first season was more connected, because we saw a lot more of the Master than we have seen of Spike, it feels like, at least. But it's interesting because they have started a bunch of small stories, like her and Oz and the Giles' friend Ethan, you know, and they're dropping like a bunch of hints that they're slowly through the episodes like talking about. So that's really interesting because it makes you more excited to watch the next episode. I also think we're seeing so much development in these last, I think especially these last 2 episodes, in regards to Buffy. No, I take that back, because Reptile Boy was a very big one for this as well. So I'm gonna say in this last few episodes, we have seen a lot of development when it comes to Giles and Buffy's relationship, which is great, because it's true, we've never really focused on them so much like as, I'm gonna say friends, like, because I think from episode 1 it was established that he was like her mentor and he was gonna help her out kind of thing. But it's good to see them being attached, because we have seen Giles worried about Buffy before, you know, especially in the season 1 finale. Like, Giles was kind of really worried about her and all those things. So it was really interesting to be able to see Buffy worried about Giles as well. Because, of course, we know that she worries, but at the same time, Buffy has a very big heart. She worries about everyone. But it's good that she knows Giles well enough to notice that something was wrong, to go out of her way to figure out what that was and actively try and help Giles, and not just, you know, let him be and solve it on his own because he's a grown-up and he told her to. So Buffy, you know, Giles would kick your ass for not listening to orders, but you were right. You were always right. And I just realized this. So I guess they did a really, really good job this episode, because I was so into it that I forgot. But Spike and Miss Drusilla are gone again. I don't know where they're at. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they were very present last episode, so it would make sense for them not to be in this episode, because they seem to be spacing them out a lot. But I have to say, we are 8 episodes into the season, and we have not, at least I feel like the big bad has not been fully formed, which is a surprise, because I thought we were going to meet the big bad the first episode, and I thought, kind of like how we met the Master, and I really thought that we were going to be seeing a little bit of him every single episode, or very few times there would be an episode where we wouldn't, like for example this episode. But we're 8 episodes in. I think the big bad is Spike, but that has not been very clear. But Spike is the only villain who has been recurring. But I don't know if they're going to bring someone in, like someone else. So I have to say that I'm surprised, because considering how much people hyped up the big bad for season 2, I expected him to be a much bigger part of the story. But maybe this is going to happen after the mid-season finale. So once we get to the second half of the season, which I heard is the better half of it, that's when things really start to get good, even though this already feels like it already got good a few episodes ago. Maybe after that point in the mid-season, they're going to be focusing a lot on the big bad, and that's when things start to get really, really good. So, you know, as always, I am very curious to watch another episode. I honestly wish I could just sit down and watch all these episodes in a row. I really did. So I guess I'm going to go watch some How I Met Your Mother so I can try and distract myself from the desires to keep watching Buffy. But this episode, tight. Very excited to see the next one, and I hope you guys are gonna be with me in that ride, and I will see you all soon.